Hey there, Eli Francovich here. I'm on the Polish-Ukrainian border, in the tent of Rescuers Without Borders. It's a Israeli-French sort of like Doctors Without Borders organization. They've got a medical tent here at the border crossing. It's about 2 in the morning right now, and their whole mission is just to have a doctor kind of uh, on call basically at all times for refugees coming across. It's very slow. Dr. Kyle Varner from Spokane is working the night shift. It has been the last couple nights. That's midnight to 8 a.m. roughly. Um, and yeah, pretty slow shifts, but it sort of necessary for ailments that do come through. We've seen pretty minor things so far. In the videos that I took walking around, you can see sort of the level of aid and support that's here. There's tents with food and clothes and hot chocolate and coffee and candy and a cell phone charging station, and I believe there's even like a Wi-Fi internet hookup place so people can make calls and connect, which has sort of been, from what I'm hearing from folks here, is one of the storylines is a huge outpouring of support for these refugees that's happened. It's pretty remarkable, and obviously now it's the first big wave of refugees from Mariupol and Kyiv has kind of subsided. So it's not the numbers that were coming through here a week ago, but even then, from what I've heard, you weren't seeing sort of some of the really acute issues that we see in other refugee crises, like on the Mexico-U.S. border or in Syria, or yeah, those sort of examples. So, which is a hopeful thing. The question now, though, is what happens to these 2 million, well, it's more than 2 million, but 2 million in Poland, Ukrainian refugees, and I think that number is probably outdated even at this point. And that's the big question: is what happens now? What's next? We've had this sort of amazing outpouring of support. Most of these volunteers aren't going to stay here more than a month, and that's a big question mark then. So that's what I've been talking to people about and asking people about. And yeah, so I'll be here through the rest of the night, see what happens, and probably take a nap here in a bit. But that's what we have for now from the Poland-Ukraine border.